Focus up, guys. Focus up.
We have the best players. We have the best fans.
Going into game. Going to 3. On 3.
We wanted to make sure that all the best players in the world were in the league, regardless of where they're from. You're really starting to see everybody really wants to up their game.
3, 2, 1, and live. Welcome to the party.
Oh my goodness! No! So many stars on this lineup. And this is where we see the high quality Overwatch, everybody. Fun and games, it's time to get the job done. The Dynasty enters the stage today with a 7-3 record, but this was the #1 squad in a lot of our experts' minds at the start of the season. You look at their last 5 matches, though, they've dropped 3 of them, and their 2 wins came in Game 5.
Exactly. They didn't finish as strong as we expected, but that should be no reason to count this team out. The break must have done wonders for them, being able to take a step back and assess what they struggled with. I think this team is going to come out swinging today.
Yeah, they're definitely one of the teams who will be benefiting from the new patch, with Toby possibly on Lucio and Ryu on Senna, Anna. God knows what he's going to give us today on that stage. Seoul support department might be back to its former glory.
Yes, and when you actually look at the players that they've fielded here, which was, they were kind of experimenting a little bit between stage 1, but this would seem to indicate that they're playing more aggressive dive compositions. They have Fleder along with Bunny, who pretty much only played the Tracer, and then they've got their core kind of tank lineup and support lineup. Having said that, it's the new meta. We have no idea what to expect. The Overwatch League is probably going to throw wild things at us today.
What was that? There's only 15 people cheering for Fleta. Something is wrong here in the venue.
Seoul lost to in stage 1 were the LA Valiant, and here they are today in the first match of stage 2. Maybe a bit of a rivalry, but we are ready to finally get things started here on Volskaya Industries.
And it was a huge win for the Valiant, too. It really did open up a lot of the other possible playoff opportunities for the end of stage 1. And it was a convincing win, because the only thing Seoul did was tie on Temple of Anubis. So every other map went the Valiant's way.
Yep, that's right. Here we are, guys. Volskaya Industries, our first new map of the new maps we've got in the pool. Well, new to us anyway, in the Overwatch League. Volskaya Industries
muscle their way into that room and stand on top of the pack to prevent the defense from charging the EMP.
That's the idea, Sim out. Not maybe the best. Let it does go down, though. Agility's coming in. They've got Seoul backed up a bit here. Maybe something they can capitalize on. Agility's falling back to the point with only 49 HP. Gotta be careful here. And it looks like Seoul exiting. Oh no, you forgot your Jaehong. He's gonna take Destruct and zone people out just enough. But to get ready, he's gonna go ahead and try to use that Death Blossom. He gets soon. Oh, but he gets taken out by Fate. And the respawns from Valiant look like they might be enough here, although Miro getting Envy. No, they're gonna have to fall back. They did get not even a single tick actually from that.
I mean, making that swap, he's going to have to run all the way back to the spawn now.
Afterwards, they're going to use the sound barrier to keep everybody on Valiant healthy. Soon the demect already. Miro soon to fall.
Dynasty, yes it will be.
Ooh, in OT, Envy comes in, last ditch effort, but that is that. And Seoul Dynasty in overtime will take
Seoul. And I'm skeptical that it is going to work, but we'll see how well they can execute it.
I think they know that. For Seoul.
Isud is still alive, and we see Jaehong chasing him down on the backside of the point right now. He's going to recall and get hit. Oh my, what a shot!
Yeah. Again, to the safety of the room with the health pack. Now the Transcendence comes in from the Valiant side of things, but Fate and Bunny goes in. Oh, I think that might have gotten eaten there. Jaehong in with the Transcendence. We're into OT. Somebody's on the point right now. I'm going to bet you it's soon. Turbo don't go down. They got to get back to the point, though. Somebody's on there backcapping. Agility's and Envy rushing to get there. I don't know if Valiant can pull this one off. Let it down. It was Agility's on the Soldier, I believe. Now can Seoul handle the rest of these respawns? Nearly 2 ticks already. Agility's falls. Fate getting low. Pops that Primal Rage in the end. Meanwhile, Envy demec'd yet again. And once they take out Fate, that may just be it. That is it. And Seoul Dynasty will take Volskaya Industries.
Wow, hold on point A. And Valiant could be so powerful once again.
And the fun thing is a meta without mercy in every map means that your execution must be perfect. It is really like a meta of execution. So
yeah.
a lot to look forward to there. And we are on Nepal. Our control map. Start things out like Monte Cristo said here on Shrine. And it looks like we've got some classic dive coming out from LA Valiant, kind of the defensive game on the point right now as we wait for it to unlock. 3, 2, 1 should be starting soon. Whoa, what a pick for Jay. Get onto this point again, and Seoul Dynasty will take Nepal 2-0.
And Toby, more boops for the Boopgon with the
For the Boopgon.
with the transcending Zen at the end. But
right.
the big mistake there was Valiant's positioning again.
Matches on Lunatic High over the last couple of years at the World Cups we've had. So for him to be able to be back focusing on that hero is a huge thing for Seoul Dynasty, and I think we saw a lot of that.
Yeah, I think we did, and that's the reason to them. So they will be grouped up as a unit. We'll have the McCree there to stop any kind of dives. Flood is going to peek out.
Agility's down. There goes Fate, and yeah, Seoul going to grind out this one again. And all red down. Bunny with another pick here as Valiant comes in shorthanded. MV DMEC, MV taken out almost instantly, and now the dive comes in on the Fleta, but the damage has been done. Fleta getting the heals anyway, and Fate can't survive. That is going to be Unko, though, the one to take him down, but it doesn't matter. Soul gets the
Genji Soldier, or Genji Tracer rather. Go back to what you know from previous metas where you were successful and just use the
hitting, man. A lot of ults on both sides. Sound barrier comes in for the LA Valiant side. Toby dropping his as well. Or Toby only dropping his, rather. Support ultimate's used as Valiant pushed back a little bit here. Maybe Soul's really putting everything into just pushing Valiant back right now.
And both Dragon Blades are still up, Doa. That's what Flood and Agility's been waiting for, the opportunity, but Jaehong still has his trance.
They do, so one support ultimate for Soul. They're gonna need to use it. Fleta finds a kill onto Unko here. Oh, he gets Verbo, 2 full supports, taken out by Soul. Agilities has to save that Dragon Blade for their next push, because this is quite moving. Valiant can't get to it, and Seoul Dynasty will win King's Row. And they have enough map wins now to call this series theirs. That's
nearly a 5,000 difference in healing, which is extraordinary for two Lucio players.
It is insane, man. I mean, but that's just Toby on Lucio. This guy is so good. And now we move on to Route 66. And Monty and I can finally use our Rawhide button, right? Rawhide!
There you go.
one more time. Rawhide!
A lot of fun.
There's a lot of beautiful canyons around here we could do that on. I just don't know if we'd live.
I think my attempt would be quite short.
And now the Dragon Blade coming in from Fleta. Agility drops in behind with his. Ooh, going after Zunba though, but now he finds Jaehong. Oh, but Jaehong, boot to the head. Yeah.
He didn't interrupt it, which means I would rather.
Dragon Blade though, gotta watch out. He's got 2, and I think this push is getting stuffed.
I mean, you're fine with Soul though.
With that Dragon Blade, waiting for people to pass by. Oh, and they can't get to it.
Just barely.
Going for the summer defense, as we would see most teams do on this map. Makes a lot of sense. So Valiant coming in with the dive. Soon on that with Fate taken down, and that's the rest of Valiant falling around him. Agilities needs the most epic Dragon Blade ever, and he's not going to get it. OT ticking, and that is going to be another point A hold for Seoul, and they will clean sweep this series 4-0.
Oh, they certainly did some work during the break. They didn't take a win.
Hey everyone, and welcome back. My name is Zoe, and I'm now joined by Ryujehong from the Seoul Dynasty. Yeah, that's right. What a dominant performance. Now, last time you went up against the Valiant, you guys lost. Was that in the back of your minds at all? Did you see today as an opportunity for a revenge match?
개인적으로 저는 복수전이라고 생각을 했고, 이제 근데 감독님, 코치님들께서는 이제 리그가 기니까 한 게임 한 게임 어차피 힘든 걸 아니까 이제 열심히 하자 이런 식이었고요. 근데 속마음은 모르겠어요. 근데 저는 개인적으로 복수전이었다고 생각합니다.
I personally thought of it as a revenge, but our team, our coaches and everyone, because the league we have really long way to go. It's every single game is important, and we have to do our best. That's what our coaches were saying, but I don't know what they were thinking. But for me, it was a revenge.
All right, and the revenge you got with a convincing victory, 4-0. Now, of course, you had a short break in between stage 1 and stage 2. What did you guys do? What did you focus on? Did you have some days off?
스테이지 1 끝나고 쉴 때 이제 저희가 중점적으로 좀 뭐라 그래 팀원끼리 다들 이제 멘탈을 치유하러 좀 멘탈 힐링 팀원들 간의 단합을 좀 많이 다졌고요. 게임을 좀 더 하는 것보다는 팀원들끼리의 단합 뭐 다 같이 놀러 간다든지 이런 거를 좀 많이 했습니다.
So for the break, instead of focusing too much on playing games together, we just spent time together and working on the teamwork, and we went out to enjoy. So that was what we did during the break.
All right, well, it definitely paid off. There was a lot of cohesion in Team Ryujehong. Thank you so much for joining me. We're now heading over to the desk with the guys to break down the action.
Thank you so much, Zoe, and a big shout out to Jae-hong. He and the Letta coming out first, Zumba right behind him, and this squad is coming off a massive 4-0 sweep of the Valiant. Last time around in stage 1, they struggled against the Valiant, now cruising through. Let's talk about how they got the win. Zoe, a big piece of it's missing. Bunny is out of the action.
That's true. He's actually currently vomiting in his room. As a matter of fact, that's my inside scoop for now. And he will be replaced by Munchkin. This is a last-minute swap, so Munchkin is hopefully prepared to take on the San Francisco Shock.
Yeah, it's a good job that Munchkin's not too bad himself,
Yeah,
actually. I think he should be able to fill in for that. But Bunny did have a monster performance going up against the LA Valiant. The guy was all over the place. He was destroying people.
Yeah, but as you said, Munchkin isn't any worse. He feels the sort of similar hero pool. They both play the Tracer. And of course, Munchkin, I argue, is more diverse as well because he can pull out the McCree, the Widowmaker, the Soldier 76. Munchkin, to me, is an insane talent, but he has some issues perhaps blending with his team in the past. So we have to see how he syncs up with his team today for Seoul Dynasty.
Hey, what do you want to see when you say you want to see how he syncs up with this team? What are you looking for specifically from that Tracer?
Well, usually I want to see him on the Soldier and McCree, right? Because he is so good on the hit scan. But today, because they were planning to play with Bunny, I think...
For all their arching point that the meta is going to benefit Seoul coming into this, because then you take Toby off the Mercy, and Toby gets to play Lucio, a god-tier Lucio. You get the supports back in their more comfortable roles, and that's going to make everything a little bit easier. For the San Francisco Shock, they just got to keep their heads above water until the cavalry arrives. The Super and Sinatra are going to get here eventually.
Seoul, I think, are going to be one of those
teams. The gates there, you see the house opposite of it. That's where you generally want to set up. And it's just going to be if Seoul Dynasty can play around that. Running a dive defense allows you to set up positions behind walls and wait for them to come in, so he might not have the greatest sight lines. Whoa!
Letting them know, putting them on notice, maybe, that he isn't going to get that high ground for free, baby bay.
Go for it, but that's how you have to play dive defense. You don't want to be reactionary. How many times does it have to happen before you start walking?
There's the Mei getting put into play here from Seoul Dynasty, just hoping to buy a little bit more time. That's Jae-hong, and he times it perfectly with the self-destruct, but Baby Bay gets the kill first. Doesn't matter in the end. San Francisco Shock. We're hoping perhaps Fleta, we'll see. Timing is in. Let's go. Observers are going to catch it. It lands right at the door.
The sight you want to see is a Widowmaker, but they're going to wait for that to dissipate and now re-enter.
And now they're moving together very well. Miro getting right into those squishy targets. 2 kills for him with the help of his mates. And Jae-hong is there to pick up the kill on the tank as well. And this should definitely be the moment here that Seoul Dynasty, well, especially if Dante's going to sack himself. That's a little awkward. A little embarrassing.
You called him a sack of sand. What did you expect from this momentarily after?
Iron filings then? Is that where we're going here? You know, I went with the gold. He was gold dust. Gold dust is valuable.
You have to go for that.
Unbelievable. Munchkin just barely making it back in time.
They get back to touch, but that is it, and that is San Francisco Shock taking the first map out of this. On the defense that they needed there. We are going into Lijiang Tower, and San Francisco playing kind of the scrappy, chaotic style might actually do pretty well on control.
It might favor them here, and guess what as well? You know, we saw it from Saviobi earlier. Tracer's Playground, you said it yourself. Yeah. If Dante is feeling it today, if he's ready to drag them down into whichever circle of hell he chooses, it's going to get pretty dicey.
Despite talking up Pharah being his favorite hero lately, Baby Bay on the Soldier 76, so a softer counter to the Pharah. Very difficult. He's going to need help from Sleepy to be able to deal with it. That Pharah must...
It's just done. San Francisco, just doing work.
swoop off the edge. Nomi gets a kill in there as well, but really the winning play there was much transcendence. He has to zoom the auto back on this point at 98%. They had to get out there and touch it. They do just that, but this is not the situation.
Well, and so more time lost. Seoul Dynasty battling to stay alive in this. They do not want to let San Francisco Shock go up 1-0 in points on this second map, and it looks like it just might happen. Continues to burn, and there is nobody to touch the point this time for San Francisco. It will be Seoul picking up the first point.
Picks up the slack, cleans it up. We move over to control center, so it's tank time.
It's tank time and different variations of tank time as well. I think it's yeah, it looks like
Lucio is just not enough to keep these tanks fully healed. San Francisco takes a stage on Ryujehong Tower. Doing a life drain on you, and you're almost never going to be able to do it. So
she's got a hard model too. She's really slim, bouncing back and forth. I mean, that is not an easy thing to get a one clip on her. Seoul can make their way onto the point. Baby Bay, great with the positioning though. Constantly giving ground, constantly pumping damage, and this is what it's all about as Soldier. You want to hang around on the edges and just get that heavy pulse rifle pumping rounds into bodies.
Getting a lot done, but the problem is because of that cap timing, which you so accurately mentioned earlier, they had to keep everyone else. Nice kill on the Zumba, who was just trying to get a new mech, but there goes Sleepy, there goes Nomi. Baby Bay down, Fleta with the victory visor, as it were, cleaning up anyone who dares touch the point. Dante's alive, but he's going to have some very fancy footwork to get back on this point. Not going to be good enough. Seoul is going to equalize the series, 1-1.
And the patience there put on display by Seoul. They just stick together.
That has not been the case. They've had some growing pains. The meta does help them out a little bit, but it's been really tight. The parity in this league is
Dante, we've just been wowed time and time again on these first two maps. The guy keeps coming up with the big plays. He keeps sticking those pulse bombs. He's making it look easy. Right. A constant threat.
Yeah, that's right.
Although Torb can be good. Torb can be good.
Torb is surprisingly decent on this map. You put his turret back by the...
Yeah, I mean, that's great, because now look at his positioning here. He can completely do it. Although Baby Bay, never mind! Might have been better! Quad kill, or might as well be. In the overtime, it's almost out. Not gonna make it. Dak was close, but he gets eviscerated by Fleta before he can challenge
Shock and the Seoul Dynasty. Little graffiti on that poster there. Right now, composition for Seoul, not surprising, running a pretty dive composition. Toby
in the mix, in all that chaos.
Dante on the point looking for a miracle.
Dante has been clipped by Zumba, and so the damage has been done. Now they have enough to snowball this point to get that third point capped. Seoul Dynasty, it is perfect. Nobody here. Nobody able to make it back in time for San Francisco Shock, and it will be Seoul Dynasty taking the lead 2-1.
Beautiful play there. Cloaked there. We are entering our fourth map. It is going to be Watch Point Gibraltar. San Francisco needs to win this one, bring it back, force us to a Game 5. I always like Game 5s because we get to go back to control, of course.
Exactly.
Watch Point Gibraltar, though, we've seen Ana here, 76, a lot of Widow play. And you'd have to imagine that Widow play is going...
I like it. Bit of the trash in spawn there, but now you got to back that up. San Francisco Shock, you got to back it up. Let's see it.
That was top-notch.
Fix is still here to challenge the payload, and there we go. Ryujehong decides to commit with the trance, and the follow-up Munchkin still in the back line, still finding kills.
ICP, Baby Bay goes for it, but he's completely denied. Ryujehong falls in this fight, not a big deal. The next...
The zones them off the point, and now we go... Never mind! Now we go into it. So 5 seconds and let's go.
You see right there, Nomi died a little bit more often, but I think that's a symptom of the kind of style they're running, and it's because it's similar to the...
On Sleepy, snuffs him, sends him back to the shop for spare parts, and Seoul Dynasty, they win it 3-1 over the San Francisco Shock.
It's a brutal position to fight back from. That is checkmate Widow spot right there. Your tanks up.
거점을 점령 중이다. 합류할 사람?